What's up, everybody? It's me, Rivah, back again with another video. If you're new here, my name is Rivah. I'm here to give you guys my full thoughts, my feelings, my opinions, my reaction to this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. I saw this video when I was scrolling through, like I always say, the wonderful world of TikTok. And I actually watched this video. And so the title says, if you asked your husband this question, are you ready for the honest answer? But the way that this conversation went, I felt like I could add to it. So I'm going to press play and let you hear the conversation for yourself. And then I'm going to give you guys my opinions afterward.
That was not cool when Pastor Myron said a couple of weeks ago, because in my world, I thought, no, I'm pretty submissive. If I had to teeter one way or the other, I would say that I'm relatively submissive. I'm talking about myself. But when I asked him the question, because I really wanted to know, because I wasn't afraid of the answer, hey, go on, hit me. Go on, let me have it. And he's like, well, if I stood up and said yes, I wouldn't be lying. But if I stood up and said no, I wouldn't be lying. Well, that didn't feel good. That did not feel good. I'm sitting over here thinking that I'm doing all right. And he has a different perception of me. But what was more important, for me to keep up my own role in my own mind, or for me to really see like, hey, what's really going on? Why do you say that I'm not? And it's because, well, sometimes, Tori, you are not cooperative. That was not.
Okay. So basically, it looks like he's a pastor maybe, and she's a pastor's wife. And I guess maybe he brought up the conversation of submission and said that she wasn't always. And then she kind of like was like, oh, well, I thought I was, blah, 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 asked some questions and went from there to try to work on, being better for her husband. The first thing that I want to say is that sometimes one of the biggest issues is tone in a relationship. Sometimes how a woman just naturally can aid to helping her relationship, and it can also add to being the demise of her relationship, because this woman is having a positive conversation right now, right? And she's with her husband. She's talking about something that's actually elevating to a relationship. She's talking about, doing the work, going to your husband and being the best wife that he thinks you are, not the best wife that you think you can be. But it sounds like she's mad. It sounds like she's mad. It sounds like she's ready to cuss you out already. It sounds like she's ready to fight, and she's not even having any kind of conversation that is demeaning. So her, by nature, how she naturally maneuvers and how she naturally, has a conversation, it comes off aggressive. So sometimes that's an issue, because you have some women, right, that are so calm, cool, and collective, cannot raise their voice even to how loud I'm talking right now, are literally just cool and calm and quiet like a church mouse. And even if they say something that is rude or unbecoming, their man will kind of look over it or not even take it anyway, just because of her nature. So if we're going to talk about how some women are just so calm that it can be looked over, some women who are very high strung and are very loud and powerful when they speak, it can be, to the demise of a relationship. Because if she's having a peaceful conversation and she's talking like this, imagine when they get into an argument. Imagine when the two of them are at odds. She can still be talking like this, but the things that she's saying become a little bit distasteful or disrespectful, and it sounds like she wants to go to war. You know what I'm saying? So that's a problem. Another thing that I want to address is he's over there yeah, this is so powerful. Yep, she's spitting knowledge. But I blame him, to be honest. As the leader of the relationship, as the guide in the relationship, you're leading a congregation of people. You're leading a host of people. But you can't have the conversation with your wife without her having to ask you and tell her the things that she needs to work on, or tell her the version of herself that you need to receive from her to feel satisfied within your relationship. I think that's a big problem. And maybe that leads back to her being uncooperative and him not even wanting to have that conversation to hear her mouth. That could be a possibility. That could definitely be a possibility. But as a man, you're the one that sets the foundation for the relationship. A woman will do or not do whatever it is that you are allowing in that relationship. And it doesn't matter if she's strong. It doesn't matter if she has an attitude problem. As long as you set the tone of what you deem a good wife to be, and communicate that with her. Now, I'm not saying at all that she's wrong for analyzing herself, going to him, and then working on the things that she needs to work on. I think that's good on her part. The fact that she's willing enough to say, hey, no, I want to be a good wife for you. What do you mean I'm sometimes submissive? What do I need to do? Give me examples. Let me work on that for you. Let me be the wife that you deserve. Let me be the better wife for you. I think that's amazing that she's doing that. However, I think that it's necessary for that man to set that tone so that she can always be in accordance, because let me tell you why this can be a problem. He's not saying that she's, what she needs to work on in being cooperative, her mouth, her attitude, whatever it might be. And she's just constantly living, thinking that she's amazing. Next thing you know, he can see a woman who is exactly everything that he wants. You start to kind of gain this attraction to this person because they are living like, damn, I wish my wife act like that. And then you're going home to this person who thinks she's perfect. And then it kind of builds like this demise towards that person. Like, you start to get more and more turned off by the wife that's home with you because she's not fulfilling the needs that you desire. So it takes you to be the one to say, okay, not way down the line, not 10 years in, not 5 years in, not she's been doing this for 20 years and now you want to point it out from day one. I don't like that you just did that. Like, that saying, check it at the door, like checking it from the beginning. I don't like that you said that to me. Wait a minute. You're not driving the car. I'm driving. I'm going to make a left. If you were driving, you would make a right. Don't tell me that. Don't do this. Don't talk to me like in that tone. Don't say this to me. Don't challenge my authority. Don't challenge my masculinity. Don't challenge my manhood. Don't do this. Don't do that. Setting those bounds, it makes it for a more cohesive relationship, because she knows if she's not operating out of the way that you want her to operate, then it's going to give her like, okay, yeah, I was tripping. I'm sorry. Let me apologize and let me work on it from the beginning. Because the longer you're in the relationship and you don't say anything, the more problems you're going to have, the more you're going to build this thing of like, again, being like unattracted to her because she's not being the person that you admire or you desire in your relationship. And then the harder it's going to be for her to change those ways or those habits, to be honest. So do I think that it's great that she's saying that women should ask their husbands what it is that they need to essentially just work on in the relationship to be better? Absolutely. But do I think that him sitting there like, yeah, that's right, you're right, it should be applauded? No, because you're the one that's the leader. You literally are the foundation of the relationship. So you should have that conversation with her. She shouldn't wait till she goes to the pulpit to hear you talking about it to everybody and you didn't have that conversation with her first. It should have been a situation where she already knows that was the situation, not this is a shock or surprise, because she lives with you. And your home should be right. Your home should be right. I think that men are at a state because of like the whole, like happy wife, happy life era where men were just, on bended knee and willing to do anything to please the woman, that a lot of men don't feel like they actually deserve peace in their home, so that they kind of end up like leaving situations unchecked or leaving matters unresolved because they just don't want to deal with. But to get to peace, you have to deal with. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section. I want to hear your thoughts on everything that they had to say, what I had to say. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And of course, I will see you guys in the next video. Love you.